From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on today's Cash Close. You know what? I never get tired of doing this stuff, you guys. I really don't. And you want to know why? Because the markets are just so haywire. How could you get tired of this stuff? It's just absolutely out of control. That said, the name of today's video is the S&P 500 futures and the Jan month end. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 1896 quarter after the open. The low came in at 1865.75 at 9:30 Central Time. And that's three ticks lower than yesterday's 65 even low. And last, we're 1884 half. We're up 9.5 handles. Total volume, we have 2.2 million minis traded and 5.8 thousand big S&Ps traded in the pit. The MIM started out like 300 million to buy, 340 million to buy, gradually went back down to like 175 million to buy, and the actual MOC came out by 250 million. Tomorrow we have the US GDP number, we have the employment cost, we have the, employment cost index, I want to get that right, the Chicago PMI, consumer sentiment, the Baker-Hughes rig count. There could be a couple more rigs popping up soon. We'll keep going up to 40, 50 bucks in crude. And we have John Williams from the Fed speaking and farm prices. And I don't know if farm prices are a big thing, but with commodities the way they are, I guess they are. So, where are we at? We've had this big rally. I saw this low last Friday. I called for that 50-handle rally. We rallied 65 handles. Back and filled a little bit, went up. I even called the highs yesterday. I said that the stops, if you got above 97, you could probably get up to 1901.70, and from 1901.70 it was all buy stops up to 1910, and then boom, back down they go. Just can't trust these rallies right now. And again, I want to reiterate something. I'm a bull, but I'm no fool, and I'm not getting caught buying into these rallies. And I keep pointing out simple things like 19 even, don't buy into strength, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that you should avoid when the markets are in a downtrend or in a bear market. So, look, the only thing that's left to talk about in January is the January rebalance. And I went out to my friend Cyrus, the ex-Goldman prop trader. He wasn't really specific. And what I'm a little concerned about is that there's been 11 billion advertised to buy at the end of January on the rebalance. But I'm not sure how much of that buying has already been used up. Would you sit around all week watching the S&P climb, and not buy some of those stocks that you want to use or rebalance at the end of the month? I don't know. I don't know how that exactly works. But here's what my concern would be: is if the S&P starts taking it, we start taking out that 1865 level on the downside, we may have a big problem here going into the weekend. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I still think that there's a better chance that we trade 1920. But on the other side of this coin, the markets are not showing a lot of strength. And the other word I want to talk about, or at least mention, and I know you're going to hate to say this, but it's recession. You know what? I can feel it. Something's going to happen here in 2016, and we can't just keep moseying along like we are. But that said, I still think there could be possibly a wider correction and then a big rally. So, you just kind of got to play this by day by day right now. And then, the last but not least, really, I've done my very best effort to try to make sure that this boot camp is one of the most special boot camps that we've ever had, and I'm going to deliver on that. And for all you guys that are on YouTube that are watching my videos and are not talking to me, please step up and say something. Tell me I'm a dummy, or tell me I'm doing good work or doing bad work or need to work harder. Tell me something. But at the end of the day, the markets are going to do what they do, and we just got to be there every day. And I think what's going to happen here next week when the boot camp hits is we're going to be showing off all the MrTopStep Collective on every level, from the open to the close, everything that I do. And additionally, I want to point out that my partners are adamant that I shut down Periscope and I shut down tweeting on Twitter during the week. I'm not going to completely shut down tweeting during the week, but it will be a lot lower. And I'm sorry to say it, but Periscope's going to have to go. So I'm encouraging everybody. The cost of the boot camp is like a minimal amount of money. It's like after a $7 coupon, it's like $22. I know, it's like stupid. And at the end of the day, we did it that way because we don't want to be known for charging people a lot of money for products that don't deliver. And the other part about it is what we do is we give 100% return on anything that you buy with us. So if you don't like it, you get your money back, and that way you don't have to go off thinking that someone took advantage of you. That's not what we want at all. That's not our prerogative, and it never will be our prerogative. So with that said, everybody, I want to wish everybody a very, very happy Friday. Good trading in the month of February. And as always, make sure you're using stops when you're trading futures and options. This stuff's just haywire right now. And you can lose a lot of money by not doing that. So use stops. I'll leave it like that. I'll see you tomorrow on the opening print.